against the world's best, and that's exactly what she's going to be doing this evening. Has that same familiar warm-up routine we've seen year after year on the international circuit and here this season.
On my right,
limber and ready to go.
Bengaluru Blasters, represented by Kirsty GILMOUR. And on my left, Ahmedabad Smash Masters, represented by戴資穎. Bengaluru Blasters to serve, love all, play.
So it will be Kirsty GILMOUR of the Bengaluru Blasters to get us underway. First point, match number 3, trump match for戴資穎, and first point on the board for her too.
Service over.
I mean, as much as you try to explain the game of戴資穎or try and introduce her, I think words can never do justice. She's just that kind of a player. Such flair and such artistry in her game.
Yeah, you'll just have to point it out to us here in the commentary box and back home exactly what it is she does so well as we see the night unfold. Two very short services there from both these players. Very short rallies, 1-1.
Well, she's not called the girl genius for nothing, because started playing in 3rd grade back in Taiwan.
What age is that in Taiwan?
Probably around 8 years old.
Wow, that is young. Brilliant finish there. Almost effortless. Shaped into it nicely.
2-1.
Brings the crowd to life. They enjoyed it. 2-1. Caught it wrong. Good fight from GILMOUR for the second point of the night for her.
Of course, she's such a fighter, Kirsty GILMOUR. We've seen it right through the tournament, especially that match against Michelle Lee of Northeastern Warriors. Lost that one 13-15, 15-13 in the 3rd. And of course, that second game fight against PV Sindhu, 15-14. So she's no run over.
PV Sindhu in the house, actually, just behind GILMOUR, watching. Not sure how much time she's getting to watch. She's doing tons and tons of autographs.
Well, I think it's important for Sindhu to also look out for Kirsty GILMOUR, considering the Commonwealth Games coming up in April, and Kirsty GILMOUR will be one of the front runners for a medal.
PV Sindhu watching on with her mum there, front row seat for this one. And that's it, studying her opponent. Looking forward to those Commonwealth Games. Always exciting when there's medals and trophies to play for, and we've got a trophy to play for here, the Vodafone Premier Badminton League Season 3. It's a big one too. It gets handed out tomorrow to the winner of this semi-final, or the Hyderabad Hunters, who are already safely through to the final. There's a winning point for Kirsty GILMOUR.
Well, that was a bit too casual from戴資穎at the net. Gave it so much height, and Kirsty GILMOUR making no mistake. Easy flick of the wrist to put it away.
Dangerous. Every time she's gone down that forehand side of Kirsty GILMOUR, she's either hit a winner or forced the error. So much power behind it. Great to watch. Technically just spot on. Mixing up the pace now as well. Oh, cross court, still alive. Not for long though. Stamps out the fire. Any threat there from GILMOUR. And戴資穎coming away with the point.
That could as well have been a training routine for Kirsty GILMOUR. Moved to all 4 corners of the court in that rally.
Overcooked that one by quite some way.戴資穎can't quite believe it. World number 1. Caught out by the drift, as Axelsen was the other day as well. Very vocal about the amount that the shuttle is moving in the air. Air conditioning, big arena of course, here at the Gachibowli Indoor Stadium in Hyderabad. There's that Cross-court shot again. And onto the backhand, thought about it, left it, and it's in. So Gilmour clawing away back into the game, 5-6.
It is one of her most favoured strokes, that backhand cross at the net, Dai Zu Ying. And I think Kirsty GILMOUR knows that and got a great angle on this cross-court push.
You're playing in the smaller dimensions if you're new to the sport. The bigger dimensions that you can see out there, the white lines, with the mixed doubles and men's doubles here at the Premier Badminton League, as they are on the international circuit. That one's in too.
Well, I suspect that previous shot from Kirsty GILMOUR did seem very close to the line, could have been out. Dai Zu Ying did take that, but wasn't ready for the cross-court push. The second point Kirsty's got on the backhand corner of Dai Zu Ying.
Almost in exactly the same fashion as well. Goes for it again. Really hammering that side of the court and asking questions of her opponent. Good.
And she's gone into the lead, Kirsty GILMOUR, for the Bengaluru Blasters. 7-6.
Dai Zu Ying is beatable. Dropped one game this season already. Can Gilmour tap into that crack and defeat her again? 7-all at the moment.
It requires something special to take a shot off a net cord and make a winner of it. And this is what makes Dai Zu so exceptional. I mean, she's the kind of player that, you come in and watch and you'll never be let down. Just always so exciting to watch her play.
It's just out.
Service over.
And that means that Kirsty GILMOUR will take the lead going in at the interval. Break here, just a short one, for the players to get some liquids on board, towel down, and get ready to come back and finish things off in the first. First to 15, of course. Gilmour in front at the moment, 8-7 against the world number one, who's played her trump card. Welcome back to semi-final number 2 between the Bengaluru Blasters and the Ahmedabad Smashmasters. It is the Bengaluru Blasters that lead 8-7, courtesy of Kirsty GILMOUR, the silver medalist at the Commonwealth Games. Leads the world number 1, Dai Zu Ying, playing her trump match here, of course. Remember, if she loses it, -1 for her team. If she wins it, 2 points for her team. That's dropped in. Kirsty GILMOUR, you beauty.
And struggling with her judgment, Dai Zu Ying. And Kirsty GILMOUR is in this match and is on a roll.
If GILMOUR wins this, let's not get ahead of ourselves, of course. If she wins this, Bengaluru Blasters win the tie and go through to the final tomorrow against the Hyderabad Hunters. Best of 3 games, though. This just the first. There's GILMOUR, though, on fire again. 10-7. 5 points away from winning this opening game against the world number 1.
And that's her superpower, the jump smash. And in fact, somebody asked her, so where did you learn to jump? And how did you learn to jump? She's saying, well, nobody told me not to.
Missed the shot. I think it was going out as well.
Have to keep her excitement in check, Kirsty GILMOUR, if she has to get the better of the world number 1.
In the first game would certainly put her on track. Oh, beautiful deception on that. Pushes the shot wide. Definitely out.
Service over. 11-8.
A 3-point lead now for GILMOUR, 11-8. in this first game.
Now this would be a big upset, wouldn't it? Kirsty GILMOUR can pull off a win here. She's in the driving seat at the moment, 3 points up here in the first. And there, another miss from Taizhu Ying. Very uncharacteristic from her.
I think she was hesitant to play that stroke, felt it was going out. Didn't commit to that shot fully.
We might not get to see Viktor Axelsen, who's up next, the current world #1 for the men and world champion, up against HS Pranoy, the US Open champion, right after this game. If we get there, because if Kirsty GILMOUR wins this trump match, it's not her that's played the trump, remember, it's her opponent. She would win a point for her team, but Taizhu Ying would lose a point for her team, which would hand the tie to the Bengaluru Blasters. 2 points away from the first game. Missed it again. Same mistake. And gain point just like that.
Gain point 8.
Go, go, GILMOUR. And there it is, first game. Against the current, 15-8. Kirsty GILMOUR beats Taizhu Ying in the first game. The Bengaluru Blasters 1 game away from the finals. Can Kirsty GILMOUR deliver after the break? Welcome back. Take our seats. GILMOUR up against Taizhu Ying. That didn't go the way that we expected it the first game. Kirsty GILMOUR, 15-8.
Left all.
She serves here in the second. If she wins this game, the Bengaluru Blasters go through to the finals. Taizhu Ying has a quick look at the line to see if it's going in. First point to set the pace here. Must-win game for Taizhu Ying. Quite a point, which GILMOUR wins.
On this point coming in from a longer rally from Kirsty GILMOUR. I mean, who would have imagined that we are having a match set at this stage? The head-to-head of both these players, 3-0 in favor of Taizhu Ying, the current world #1. Kirsty GILMOUR, of course, number 16 in the world.
Miss hit from GILMOUR that time. So 1-1. That will definitely settle a few of those nerves that surely the world #1 must be feeling now. Taizhu Ying, who's won the French, Malaysia, Singapore and Hong Kong Open in 2017.
Add the All England to that as well. 6 tournaments she's won. 2017, the first Taiwanese in fact to win the All England.
Yeah, that was back in March. Won the US Open when she was 17 years of age. Oh, almost played some sort of miracle shot there if she got that back. Too good from GILMOUR.
How did she even get her racket on that shuttle, Taizhu Ying? Well, a bit of football there for Kirsty GILMOUR. Used to play a lot of football and rugby as a youngster.
Yeah, very sporty. 15-8. Really did boss the first game. Didn't see this one coming. sense, don't you? It could be Kirsty GILMOUR's evening.
2.
Well, with play like that, I think she surely deserves to win if she can continue the momentum. Time and time again, it's that same pattern that we're seeing. A cross court at the net and a cross push from Kirsty GILMOUR.
Testing her opponent to the limit. That's what it's all about. Any player capable of beating any opponent on any given day.
Service over.
But you'll see some fight here from Taizhu Ying.
On.
She's not the world #1 for no reason at all, you know. She will graft and graft away to get herself back into this game. Has to win this one. Oh, too good. Kirsty GILMOUR. Well, whatever she had for breakfast this morning, it's worked.
Well, absolutely scintillating smashing there from Kirsty GILMOUR. Just the right amount of power and the timing. 328 kilometers per hour.
Tense faces of her teammates watching on. They know if she wins the game, they go through to the final. Great variety of shots from both players. Well, Kirsty GILMOUR taking that one right in the face on his side of the neck. No intent there from Taizhu Ying, just one of those things. 30-shot rally.
On.
Well, she gets a solid punch on her smashes, Taizhu Ying, and that could have hurt. That surely would have hurt.
Yeah, there'll be a sting on that. That's the longest rally of the match so far. 15-8, Kirsty GILMOUR won the first game. 4 all here. And that last smash from Taizhu Ying, showing that she's got the bit between her teeth. Fierce opponent. No love lost there out on court. Good response from GILMOUR. Hasn't shaken any of her confidence.
4.
And she's playing the perfect weighted game, Kirsty GILMOUR. Engaging Taizhu Ying in the longer rallies, and as soon as she gets the opportunity, hitting very well.
GILMOUR this time into the net, the angle just too tight.
Service over.
They're always tricky ones to get back.
And Taizhu Ying is being forced to try something new.
5 on.
It's 5 all. Well, they've lost track of the score.
Yep, everyone seems to be happy with 5 all. Oh, it's a very good shot from GILMOUR there. Sets up the smash. Oh, great defense from Taizhu Ying. Can't get to that one though. GILMOUR is on fire this evening. Can't put a foot wrong.
So she seems to be doing everything right, Kirsty GILMOUR, and the consistency. We've seen hardly any unforced errors from her this evening.
Well, it's not often you see that. Taizhu Ying being forced back, then forced forward.
Yeah.
Can't find a way back into this match. 2-1 as things stand in the tie. Bengaluru in the driving seat, 2-1 up. Kirsty GILMOUR representing them here. It's a trump match for the Bengaluru Blasters. If they lose that, they go to 0. Bengaluru will go up to 3 with the win. That would be tie over, and Bengaluru Blasters through to tomorrow's final. All sounds good. Might not go that way, of course, but at the moment, if the form continues like this, then Kirsty GILMOUR will have given her side the most important win of the season. Taizhu Ying almost just caressing it back every time. This time, hacks one into the net, but gives away a point. 8-5. Well, Kirsty GILMOUR is halfway there in the second game. She won the first game 15-8. She's 8-5 up here in the second against the world number one,戴資穎. And戴資穎and the Ahmedabad Smashmasters are in real trouble. Welcome back. If you're tuning in, probably not the score you're expecting to see, and certainly not if you're here to support the Ahmedabad Smashmasters. They thought they had this game in the bank. Kirsty GILMOUR is playing the game of her life. We're just having a quick look at her jump there, 9.23, 0.36 seconds. The reaction time there for戴資穎, the world number one. 8-5, GILMOUR leads here in the second, 1-love up in the match.
Much better smashing from戴資穎. What's been distinct in this match, in fact, has been that戴資穎hasn't been able to score any points off her opponent. Kirsty GILMOUR's been moving so well on the court and reading戴資穎stroke so well, which is not easy to do, considering戴資is one of the most deceptive players in the world today.
Kirsty GILMOUR has done her homework tonight.戴資穎making uncharacteristic errors like that, handing the occasional point to her opponent. That one goes out. Kirsty GILMOUR is 6 points away from putting her side through to tomorrow's final. Well,戴資穎winning the point. There were chances in that rally to end it sooner than it ended.
Well, she opted for the softer shots.
Mohamed Feroz Khan, our Vodafone super fan of the day. Looks like he's cheering there for the Bengaluru Blasters. Good choice. They're up here in the tie, 2-1. Kirsty GILMOUR leads here. It's a great shot from戴資穎, who follows it up with that beauty. 9-8, 8-9 now back on serve for戴資穎. She's still got a bit left in the tank.
And she pulled that cross-court shot out of her bag. Kirsty GILMOUR wasn't expecting it. That's what she does to her opponents more often than not. Just the first time she's managed to do it this evening. Courtesy the great play by Kirsty GILMOUR.
Gonna need to summon all the strength she can find to come back from this position, because GILMOUR wins another point. It's another unforced error from戴資穎. GILMOUR's got a number tonight. 13 forehand unforced errors from the world number one. Simply not good enough. Trump match, remember, -1 to her side, and they bow out in the semi-final stages if she loses this game. Go GILMOUR! She's up for it. 11-8 now, 4 points away from victory.
Well, this is just absolutely sensational play by Kirsty GILMOUR. Of course, beating the costliest women's singles player in the Vodafone Premier Badminton League, 52 lakhs. That's what戴資穎was bid for. What a shocker this would be.
Kirsty GILMOUR is world number 16 herself. Silver medalist from the Commonwealth Games. Oh, what another shot! Well, she won't believe her luck there. That sat up beautifully for her. Well anticipated, got to the net early.
Well, I'm actually struggling to find another word for perfect. but that's just what Kirsty GILMOUR's game is tonight.
That drift from left to right, I reckon that's moved half a metre from where the target was, where Gilmour sent it off. That's really the elements that the players are having to compete with out there, not just their opponent, but also what's happening there with the air conditioning and the flight of the shuttle. That's better from Taizhu Ying. Now, Gilmour can't lose her focus here, because Taizhu Ying is used to being in this position.
Also, the most of the errors have been coming off Taizhu Ying's unforced errors, and those points, if they stop coming, then Gilmour will have to do something different. She'll have to take things in her own hands, use those big smashes. Just 3 points away from the match for the Bengaluru Blasters.
In current form though, Taizhu Ying has been making those unforced errors. Probability says that will happen at least once, maybe twice more. Clean serve. Gilmour scrambling for every point now. Chance will open up. There's that deep return again from Taizhu Ying, and there's another winner from her. This is the fight that you'd expect from the world number one.
It's the backhand this time, a weakness mostly in women's singles, but just look what Taizhu Ying makes out of it.
And now she will be in Gilmour's head, because another point here ties things up at 12 all, first to 15 of course. Oh, too good. Gilmour was on the back foot, retreating, and Taizhu Ying spotting the gap and just drops it in there.
Oh, we can see the replay there. Just look how she stops her racket, moves it. A perfect fake shot. Superpower of Taizhu Ying.
Great shot too, low and fizzed across the net. Almost desperate from Gilmour, and for the first time in this game, Taizhu Ying leads 13-12. What a comeback from the world number one.
Well, she's actually showing us at this stage why she is the world number one. Just look at that sublime stroke play from Taizhu Ying.
2 more points for her, ties the game. Kirsty Gilmour winning the first game 1-love at the moment. This for 1-all. If Taizhu Ying can win it. Oh, 13-all. Remember, if it goes to 14-all, we go to a golden point. So much hanging on this game.
Well, left to the drift, that shuttle could have gone wide, but at this stage, not a chance worth taking.
Gilmour back on serve. 13-all. This to give her game and match point if she can win this point. This time it's her that puts it wide into the alley and into the tram lines. Taizhu Ying has game point. This to take it to 1-all and to a third and final game. There's her teammates screaming her on. Taizhu Ying to level it up. Lets it go and it's out. Gilmour puts it long, and Taizhu Ying battles back to win the second game. Well, that is a fight of a champion. That is the fight of the world number one. Went down 15-8 in the first, clawed her way back to level things up 15-13. We go to a decider right after the break.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. 24.
Welcome back. If you are just tuning in, you have tuned into a cracker of a game. Gilmour versus戴資穎.戴資穎losing the first game to Gilmour 15-8. Won the second 15-13. There's the height comparison of the smashes for you to gauge. Gilmour versus戴資穎. Gilmour certainly getting more height and elevation from the position that she's been making contact with the shuttle there.戴資穎on serve here. The Ahmedabad Smash Masters back in business. Third and final game, of course. Whoever wins this wins the match. But if Kirsty GILMOUR wins the match, the Bengaluru Blasters win the tie and go through to the finals tomorrow.
Well, this was a very obvious trump match for the Ahmedabad Smash Masters, and戴資穎touted to be a one-sided affair, but Kirsty GILMOUR has been absolutely brilliant tonight.
Anything but one-sided so far. Still a long way to go. Everything riding on this third game. Into the net this time from戴資穎. She was just looking to put the faintest of touches on that.
Just when she mixes up that shot with a hard stinging smash, that soft drop becomes such a weapon for her.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant from戴資穎.
The punch that she gets with her shots, of course there we saw it with the smash, but it's really with all her shots, the toss, the drop. It's just her timing is just so good,戴資穎.
Now it's GILMOUR that's experienced a bit of a rocky patch. Such a commanding performance in the first game. Let it slip in the second game.戴資穎getting inside ahead now. It's 3-1, the world #1 leads here. Just look at the focus and determination on her face. Oh, brilliant. Now is this game starting to slip away from Kirsty GILMOUR?戴資穎is taking it up a notch here. Change gear.
Now she's finally coming into her own,戴資穎. Just so much variety in her stroke play. Probably has 4, 5, 6 options from each corner of the court, and that keeps the opponent guessing till the very last moment.
8 forehand winners now for戴資穎. It was the unforced errors that caused all the problems in the first game that saw her lose that one. Kirsty GILMOUR's just got to keep going back, putting the pressure on, keep returning the shuttle, hang in there, fight to the very end.
And戴資穎actually talking to herself a bit, saying hit the shuttle inwards because it is drifting out.
Yeah, left to right as we see it up here.
Well, the confidence is certainly showing now for戴資穎. And of course, determination. Can't let her team down. They're banking on her to win this trump match.
We've seen it so often this season where a player takes the first game, they almost take the second game, but then whoever clinches that second game, if it is their opponent, they just come back and they dominate in the third, and that's exactly what we're seeing here with戴資穎. Outplayed in the first, scrapped for it in the second, controlling the third. Trouble. Well left from Kirsty GILMOUR. It was the shot before that actually that forced戴資穎into a spot of hot water.
Although it can be said that戴資穎is seeing the game more clearer now. The first game especially, she was very reluctant to actually move towards the shuttle. Wasn't sure as to where it was going.
Not sure she knew where that one was going.
Or careless, that was just pure carelessness from戴資穎. Well, there's something with her toe that seems to be bothering her.
Great moves from GILMOUR. Arched her back, put everything into that. Solid point.
Well, she's really made a weapon out of that smash, Kirsty GILMOUR. No one would imagine she had a knee surgery after the 2016 Rio Olympics. She's back to her fittest best. They're catching her on the backhand side now,戴資穎. Kirsty GILMOUR not able to control, and just look at the coaches in there about Smash Masters camp.
Can't do anything as a coach at this stage, can you? You can have a chat at the interval, of course. And it is戴資穎that leads going into the interval, 8-5. And coaches come on, have their input now, but then that'll be it. It'll be down to the players. We're in the third and final game. A trump match played by戴資穎. Can she hang on here to win it? Welcome back to match 3 of this second semi-final of the Vodafone Premier Badminton League Season 3. Game very much in the balance. GILMOUR got out the blocks the fastest for the Bengaluru Blasters. If she wins it, the side go through to the finals against the Hyderabad Hunters. If戴資穎wins her trump match, she'll pick up 2 points, and it will be the Ahmedabad Smash Masters that regain the lead in the tie. They go to 3-2. Currently 2-1 in favour of the Bengaluru Blasters, but戴資穎delivering the goods here in the third, 9-5.
On that occasion, not putting full power into it, just the angle and the placement, enough to get her the point.
Don't see her losing it from here. Now it's only 4 points, but I think it's that mindset. I've been wrong before, could be wrong again.
Well, she's still 6 points away from the match,戴資穎. And Kirsty GILMOUR has been fighting very, very hard for each and every point.
She has some great individual shots in there. Also some unforced errors from戴資穎helping her out. From GILMOUR's point of view, she'll be just wanting to crank up the pressure even more, and she does. Turns it up a notch on her opponent, draws in. Now just 2 points that separate them, 7-9.
Well, she's really been taking the opportunities when they come, Kirsty GILMOUR. That loose defensive shot, pounced on it. 2 points deficit, 7-9 in the third and deciding game.
Biggest game of GILMOUR's season. Oh, hello. Hello. How good was that? It wasn't the power, it was just the direction and the pace. Took off the speed of anything.
Well, it's almost like a half smash, that shot. Just comes downwards so quickly.
And there it is again.
Absolutely classic play by戴資穎, getting GILMOUR to actually move the longest distance on the court, the diagonal. Just look at that.
He's never going to get it. 11-7, 4 points away. Now 3 points away from winning her trump match. So looking increasingly likely like戴資穎is going to win this game, win the trump match. Means we will see Viktor Axelsen up next against HS Pranoy. Wide from GILMOUR this time. 13-7 to the world number 1.
When she plays confidently,戴資穎, she just looks so good.
Oh, you've got to feel sorry for Kirsty GILMOUR. She had戴資穎in that second game. Just fight, grit, determination and skill, of course. We got戴資穎across the line in the second game. It's not over yet, but戴資穎does just need 2 more points to close things out here in match number 3 of the night and to regain the lead for the Ahmedabad Smash Masters. time's gone.
Service over. 14.
Body language says it all.
Match point.
Well, after putting up such a fight, Kirsty GILMOUR gave away such a soft point to bring around. Match point for the Ahmedabad Smash Masters,戴資穎.
戴資穎with the winner, and the Ahmedabad Smash Masters regain the lead here against the Bengaluru Blasters. It's 3-2 now in the tie. This one is going the distance.戴資穎graciously thanks her opponent, Kirsty GILMOUR. What a performance from her. Just didn't quite have what it takes. A spare a thought for her, because that first game she played was outstanding.戴資穎though,
Match won by
the fight of champions.
Smash Masters.
Lost the first 8-15, but then came back and won 15-13, 15-8. Big smile on戴資穎's face, as you can imagine. That means the world to her, and it means the world to her team as well, because from 2-1 down, they now lead, having won that trump match 3-2. HS Pranoy there, we saw the captain. He is up next against Viktor Axelsen, the captain of the Bengaluru Blasters. That is a match you do not want to miss. It is our Vodafone super match of the day. Just going to get better and better from here on in. We'll see you on the other side of this short break.